What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Crafting Cars. Today, it is engine teardown day. Okay guys, so in the previous video you saw I took the wiring harness and everything off, as well as emptied it of all of its fluids. So now we can finally start stripping her down. First things I'm going to do is pull the entire intake manifold off. I'm going to try and leave the fuel rail and the injectors and everything on here, and then the valve cover is going to be coming off. That way we can start pulling the valve train apart. Okie dokie guys, and here is a quick update. As you can see, we are making some really good progress. Got the intake manifold off, got the valley cover off, both NOx sensors out, valve covers off, and the valve, the rocker arms assemblies off. And one thing that you might be wondering is where I'm putting all this stuff. And this cabinet here, this is one that I'm using for organization. So up top here, you can see I have the intake manifold, the valve covers, the valley cover with the valley covers bolts, and then up here I also have like those coolant ports and stuff with their corresponding bolts, just so I don't lose those. Then you come down here, and here are the two rocker assemblies, passenger side, driver side. Next up, and I have some bolts, like these are the exhaust manifold bolts there, the baggies for all the other bolts, the box elder bug. Down here I have the exhaust manifolds, the starter, the coil, the ignition coils, and then this is the new clutch slave cylinder and clutch assembly. But yeah, so that's kind of how I'm organizing everything over here. Now, the last thing that I really have to do before we can knock these heads off is pull these the push rods. I'm trying to decide how I'm going to label them. I'm probably not going to even end up reusing these, but I would like to keep the intake to the intake, the exhaust to the exhaust, and each cylinder number corresponding the same. So I'm going to try and figure that out. One tip that I have for you is I went to the dollar store right down the street, and I picked up like these cups, all these little trays. As you can see here, this is where I'm putting all of the loose sensors and stuff that I pull out, just keeping those in the trays. I've got Ziploc baggies of all different sizes and shapes and whatnot, and then I also have these little like Jello cup tray things. I got a bunch of those, and all of this only cost me like 10 bucks, I think. So it's definitely keeping the organization on where it needs to be. Gonna make reassembly so much easier. Okay, real quick, I just thought I'd show you this. This is how I ended up doing it. They're all stuck together like this, like a little brick. I marked it, and this is the rear of the engine. This is going to be the front of the engine here, driver's side, cam down, so they all sit inside the block like this. So I got them both labeled like that. Now they're both sitting in here. And now we can finally start popping these heads off. So I'm going to go through and loosen all of these head bolts in the specific order they need to be so I don't warp or tweak anything. And yeah, start popping these off. Alrighty, folks. So the heads are off, intake's off, valley cover's off, everything's off. You saw. And looking at what everything looks good. I don't see any crazy, like no contact with the pistons, which is good. Let's see if you guys can see this, but the cross hatching is still in there. Yeah, here we go. There, you can see the cross hatching still in there and whatnot. Same thing on this side, all the way across. Everything looks really good. I don't feel too crazy of a lip along the top of the cylinder there. I was gonna go ahead and pull out the lifters and whatnot, but I think I'm gonna save that for another day. As you can see, the cabinet is quickly filling up, which is nice and good to see. Still have plenty of room. That's all BRZ stuff down there, so I can get that out of there. But yeah, so I got the cylinder heads here. The only head bolts that I'm reusing are these ones. I just have the head gaskets here because I want to look a little bit more closely at those just to make sure. Here's all of the old cylinder head bolts. These have to be replaced because they are torque to yield. So excited to be able to use my new torque wrench for when I have to put the new ones of those on. But yeah, this is, look at how naked it looks. Don't hardly recognize it, do you? Man. But man, does it look good. There's a little cam peeking at you down there. Teardown is going extremely well. I'm not running into any surprises or anything. One thing I will say though, I wish you guys could smell it. It smells like rat piss. It is so bad. I've been trying to spray everything out with brake clean because I'd rather smell brake clean than the smell of this old mouse rat. Oh my god, it's stinky. Plus old oil. Yep, that stinks. And coolant. Everything's mixing together. It is quite the smell my garage smells like right now. And I have the garage doors closed because it's chilly outside. But yeah. Anyways, I'm starting to ramble again, so this is where I'm going to cut the video off. Appreciate you guys all sticking around. Hope you liked what you saw. If you have any tips or pointers or ideas of where I should go with this build, I'm shooting for about 550 horsepower, so that's kind of what I have in mind. We'll see where we go from here. But if you liked what you saw, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.